Hello and welcome to Miss McCay's Art Corner, where I take books that are on my child's shelf and try to teach you something about art. Now, today what I want to talk to you about is limited supplies. Sometimes we have limited supplies at home. Hey, I'm using my child's bookshelf because I can't get access to my classroom with all my stuff on a regular basis. So I'm using what I can. So at home, you're going to have to use what you can too. So what I'm talking about is limited supplies of maybe all you have is a pen, all you have is a pencil, and all you have is like some little scratch paper, nothing exciting to do art. That's okay, because I'm going to show you a series of books that they only used black and white, and they are really cool and did a good job. So let's start with the first one. The first one is The Giving Tree. And you're probably thinking, Miss McCay, are you crazy? Look how colorful this is. I see green, I see red, I see white, I see black, I see dark green and light green. Oh, but the cover's really pretty. And when you open it up, the entire book is drawn with just black on a white page. Just similar to if you used a pen on a white page or a pencil on a white page or a marker on a white page. So you can have an entire book illustrated with just one tool. So if you take this for instance, this entire book, which is it's a popular book. It's a well-known book. It's not just some obscure book. The whole book is drawn with just this one color. As I flip through, even the people, one color. It's like they used one tool throughout the book. No matter what the image is, it's one color. See? Just like that. So here's one example, The Giving Tree. There. Now let's look at our next example. Oh, Ferdinand. It would help if I put it right, wouldn't it? Ferdinand. The story of Ferdinand. And this one, if you look, it's another one. It's fully colored. Man, look, Miss McCay. It's beautiful on the outside. But when you open it up, all it is on the inside is black and white. See? Once upon a time in Spain is how this one begins. And then all you have is black and white. See that? Now this one's different than our first book because you see how it's kind of sketched? There's different little lines that create those hills. There's some dark spots that create the crevice in the mountain, and then the clouds just outlined, and then look the shadowing in the mountain right here by this finger. You see those shadowing? All of that is kind of this technique called cross hatching, where they kind of add details to make different lines and to make it look like there's different textures or colors even though you're only using one thing. So let's look at another picture. Oh, here's some cattle. But look right here at this one right here. I'm going to move it so you can see. Look at this cow. Look at his stomach. See those lines? Look at its fur. See those lines? All those little lines are what make it look like it has color or makes it look like it has shape with only using black and white. All right, now we're just going to flip through a few of these of the Ferdinand book so you can just get an idea of all the different things you can do with just one color and one pencil or one marker or one pen. Look right here at this one. See this cow's neck? See the necks? Pretty cool. Pretty cool how they use those little lines to make different techniques. All right, let me show you one more page in this book. Oh man, this one right here is this bumblebee. Look at all the little marks on that bumblebee to make him look impressive, huh? Look at that. See that? Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, very neat. So there are two examples of how lines can be used just as importantly as color to make and illustrate books. So what I want you to do is I do want you to find just a piece of paper like this, just like this. Give me just a blank piece of paper. And I want you to find a pencil just like this. Now, in order to draw with you and me together, I'm going to actually put it against a book so I have a little bit of a hard surface. But it's just like you, I have limited supplies. I'm sitting on the floor of my child's bedroom with a pen and a piece of paper. So what I want you to start with is let's just start with something kind of easy. Can you draw a heart? How about a circle? A square? Let's draw something easy. Let's start with a circle. Ooh, there we go. There's a circle. Not too swift, not too bad, not too good. And then what if you wanted to color in this circle? So could you draw some lines like this in kind of an oval shape? And could you draw some lines going the other direction on top? That's how a lot of these books were drawn, with what's called cross-hatching. Now, look how instantly I made my circle kind of look like it has some shape. Maybe like it's a sphere, because I made it a white spot and a darker spot. So let's see if I can make it more dramatic like we saw in the books. So let's make my cross-hatching thicker down here. Put another layer. Thicker as it comes around. And I'm going to get it to go thinner as it comes around. Whoa, is it looking like a sphere yet? Now, as you can see, my circle's not perfect. It kind of looks like a cattywampus ball of clay. But is it starting to look like a sphere now just by using lines? How about this? What if we add some shading? You know that part where it's going to sit and there'll be a little bit of a shadow on the table? Can we add some shading? Just with lines? Oh, does that look good? Kind of looks like a shadow, huh? Kind of like it goes between. We're going to put it darker over here. Just by scratching some little lines. Man, that's looking better. It's kind of looking like a shadow, huh? Sitting underneath there. What about just some squiggly lines? There you go. Can you do that at home? Just attempt to make just a little bit of a shadow. And then you have, if you look right here, you have your lighter spot, your darker spot where it goes into where the shadow is, and then the shadow. And then if you want, this line isn't very clear, so you can make that bigger so you can see it better. So now our light source, where the light's coming from, is over this direction. And we made it lighter and then darker, just by using a pen and a piece of paper. So let's try it again with another shape. How about that? Say maybe you don't want to do shadowing. Maybe you just want to draw a tree. Can you just draw a tree coming up off the page? One line off the page like that. Then come over a little bit and go with a line up the page like that. That doesn't look too bad like a tree, but Miss McCay, are we putting some branches or what are we doing here with just two lines? What I want you to do next is come down from the top of the page and make a V. Oh, adding that V, now it looks like two branches. So let's see what else we can do with this. I'm going to put my ground in here. I'll show you in a second. Now I'm kind of drawing upside down, so just have to forgive me a little bit. So what I did is I put the ground. Remember, if you were listening to any of my art lessons, when you put the ground, this is where the sky meets the land. It's called a horizon line. So I made my bumpy little horizon line. So everything below this is grass, and everything above this is going to be sky. So everything below this, I'm going to put some grass. Ooh, just with some lines. Can you add some lines to yours? Let me move it up so you can see. Just some lines. Oh, Miss McCay, you's a mess. But there it is. There's my grass. Then I have my sky. So let's see if we can make it look more like a sky by putting a cloud. So I'm going to put a long kind of cloud floating in the background. See that? So now I have my tree, now I have some grass, and now I have my clouds. But Miss McCay, your tree doesn't look too good. Can you fix your tree a little? Start adding some bark, maybe some branches. There you go. Start adding some bark and some branches just like this, and you get a little bit of a tree. So just like our book, and this is just a little messy sketch, but you can see how it can be effective. So just like our book, The Giving Tree, that had just black and white for its artwork, or just like our book for Ferdinand with the black and white and the cross hatching, you can add details to your art with just a pen and a piece of paper. You can make things look effective with just a pen and a piece of paper. All right, thanks for joining me today. And remember, even when we have limited supplies, we can still make really cool artwork. All right, join me next time. Bye-bye.